When we started design on the JRPG Tabletop Adventure Game, we really wanted it to be sort of a love letter to all the things you remember about those classic JRPGs. Now, one thing everyone knows about JRPGs is they have great story. But it's not just having a good story. Those JRPGs delivered that story in a very specific way. And that was through cutscenes. And that's what we've decided to do in our game as well. Classic JRPGs actually used cutscenes in a large part due to the fact that they didn't have much space on those early game discs. We use them for another reason. We're using them as a callback to make you feel like you're in one of those games. During the game, when you reach a place where you need to see what happens in the story, you open up your player tome. And this is a book that each player has their own one. They're about 350 pages long. There's a lot of content in there. But you'll turn to a specific page and you will read the cutscene. It's very simple to do. There are 4 heroes in the game. Each hero will be listed next to their text, and you'll read through it sort of like a script. Now, it's up to you how you want to read your character. You can give them accents, you can make them have funny vocal deliveries, totally up to you. But that is how you will find out what's going on in the story. Now, in JRPGs, you often meet other characters, NPC, non-player characters. Now, when that happens, they'll be randomly attached to one of the heroes. So, for instance, if you get attached to Max here, what that means is in a cutscene, then and for the rest of the game, you will read for Max. It means a little bit more than that, though. Maybe Max and the player who's reading for Max have a secret story-based connection. Maybe Max is a lost prince and will grant a gift to that hero. Maybe Max is really working with the big bad evil in the game and is going to stab you in the back. You don't really know. You'll have to discover if that NPC has a story connection or not. It could be as simple as maybe in a fight the monsters really want to go after Max's best friend, and that would be you if you were connected to Max. We get to discover that as you roll through the game. And it's really fun to discover all those connections. We've playtested this game with hundreds and hundreds of people, and honestly, reading cutscenes is one of their favorite parts of the game. It is a great way to deliver story. There are a lot of ways to deliver story in a game. There are a lot of great story games out right now. Many that'll have you read like a paragraph of setup text, or a couple of pages of what happens in the world between events. But when you read it through a cutscene, your connections to the characters just become deeper. You start to really understand and know your characters and their place in the story. And we found that when you try to write a story using cutscenes, it actually changes the kind of story you tell to one that feels even more like a JRPG story. In the end, this decision to use cutscenes, although there really aren't many game mechanics attached to it, was probably the single most important decision we made. Nothing makes a game feel more like a JRPG than having the key component of a JRPG, which is story, delivered in a way that JRPGs use to deliver story. We think you're going to love it.